Building links in the cannabis niche is essential and yet very difficult. If we just look at the search result for THC gummies, this keyword gets searched 66,000 times every month in the US. And yet, if we look at the top results, we've got a domain rating of 40, so that's not too high, but you're not going to rank for that straight away if you've just started. We can see that the overall domain has 4,400 backlinks pointing at it, and this particular category page has got 15 pointing at it. And if we come down to number 2, this THC Gummies page has got 67 backlinks pointing at it. So if we look at the average domain authority, domain rating on page 1 of Google, we've got 47, 57, 54, 92, 47, 70, and then a 40 at the top. So somewhere between 40 and 60 seems to be where you need to aim for. So you definitely need a volume of links, but of course these are difficult to get because of the sensitivity of this category. Traditionally, I'm a big fan of press releases, where you write a press release, pay a few $100s to get it distributed to hundreds of news outlets, and you can get hundreds of backlinks that way. Not of great quality, but it's a good start and it's very cheap. You might as well do it, there's no loss to you. But submitting a press release, even just announcing my Cannabis SEO agency, and then got an email back from the editors, it says our editorial team has reviewed and found the following issues with the release. Below is a note from our editorial team member: marijuana, cannabis, etc. related content is not allowed. This press release cannot be published. So a lot of the traditional means of getting backlinks for SEO purposes are out of the question. Now, generally, I find the classic, my favorite approach is direct outreach. So going through these competitors, working out who are these thousands of websites that are linking to each one, and emailing them en masse to try and negotiate a link to my own website, or at least the website of my client. And this generally works quite well, but of course you still get a lot of pushback. So this basically involves using the tool Hunter.io to take all those thousands of websites, try and match them up with email addresses, and then reaching out en masse, thousands of emails every week. You can see we generally average an open rate of around 30-40%, and then a response rate varying on the campaign, sometimes as high as 15-20%. Sometimes more around 1 to 5%, and then with each of those prospects we negotiate. But generally the majority of responses we'll get will be like this, saying again, we do not accept regulated industries like CBD. Now this can seem like a big pitfall, a big wall to break through. The fact is you just got to keep on outreaching. Every 8 that say no, you'll find 2 that say yes, and they might have certain requirements. You probably won't be able to be promotional about your brand in the content, but if you frame it as more of a informational article about legislation or scientific research, then you're much more likely to get approved and get that backlink back to your site. So that's really it. It's not rocket science. You've just got to reverse engineer what's already working. So if all your competitors are up there, they've got there somehow. So if you can do the best you can to clone their backlink profile, reach out to all those websites and try and filter through them until you're left with a decent batch of a few hundred websites that are willing to link to you, then that is your path to success. Now, if you want us to try and get similar results for you, then go to seojesus.com/apply, or I'll leave a link below. There's full details about our range of services here, not just link building, but content, consulting, keyword research, and technicals as well. You can see a range of our other case studies here to prove this wasn't just a fluke, and these are using actual Search Console screenshots as well, not just Ahrefs graphs. A few testimonials there, and the application form at the bottom. We do get quite busy because we want to stay small and focus on much more of a boutique service for a smaller number of clients. But fill in the application form there, we'll see if you're a fit, and that will reserve your place in the queue. I wouldn't worry about trying to find loopholes, trying to stuff this content into a PR distribution, or going into old shady techniques like Web 2.0 creations, image submission sites. A lot of those aren't really going to move the needle, and if you do find a loophole, then it's quite likely that loophole is going to be closed quite soon. I was working with a PR network where we were able to place content on a variety of websites, and they didn't have any issue with CBD for a long time until they did, and then that option was closed off to us. So keep it simple, just keep on doing the outreach, keep on talking to webmasters, and you will find some that are willing to work with you.